Hey everyone, Gage here. So I'm just going to give you a little bit of context before this whole video starts. So I've joined a magazine project, a TTRPG magazine project called Everyday Dragons. I'm going to put some links down below in the description and links to the Discord and stuff, so if you want to learn a bit more about it and maybe get involved yourself, then you can. So my role is building an adventure, so I'm going to be building an adventure to put in this magazine, incorporating some of the other little tidbits that some of the other creators have made. And I've decided to call the adventure a Dragons Magnum Opus, which may be subject to change if some of the other people in the magazine don't like it. I don't know, but we'll see. So today is the first episode of my creative process of making this adventure and how I make adventures, and all of it's going to be live streamed on this YouTube channel. So if you subscribe, then you can jump in on them and maybe have some input and give me some ideas, and we can talk and have a good time. So I got a little bit carried away, and I already had planned out what I'm talking about today before I had streamed it. So it doesn't include all of my kind of initial thoughts and like creative ideas for this, but it includes all of the initial stuff just kind of put together, condensed down a little bit. So it gives context for all of the streams going forward as we kind of build this adventure up and build all the NPCs and the places and the encounters, etc. And hopefully we'll have some good tips and tricks along the way. And I'll see you guys later. Enjoy. So yeah, today we're going to be building a new adventure. I've already worked on this one a little bit, but it's part of a bigger project with magazine that's being put together. I think the first issue is supposed to be coming out next year, at the start of 2025. But yes, anyway, I saw an announcement video for this and I was like, yes, I've got to get on this. So I joined. I'm going to be making a little mini adventure that's kind of incorporating the name of it. The name of the magazine is, I had it in my brain and now it's just gone. Everyday Dragons. I said that before, I've pulled it up in front of me. Everyday Dragons. So yes, I'm going to be doing a little mini adventure called Dragons Magnum Opus, which kind of came up with the name almost straight away, which usually never happens. But the whole idea of the one shot, I say one shot, I think it's going to be like maybe a short adventure. It's got 3 main arcs, so I expect it to maybe take 3-4 sessions, depending on, you know, how players play and such. Essentially, the whole vibe of the campaign, mini campaign, adventure, I'm not really sure what I'll call it. I'll be throwing out words here and there, but all of them mean the same thing in this context. The idea, there's a dragon that's gone to a certain place to kind of get away from society a little bit and spend some time trying to craft an art piece, his magnum opus, you could say. Because the whole idea of this is it's going to be collaborative, and one of my favourite parts of any campaign is getting everyone's backstories at the start of the campaign, putting them all together and kind of finding, ooh, this guy was once a soldier and this guy's currently a soldier, and you kind of draw those links together and figure out where they're coming from and how you're going to set the opening scene, tying it all together so it all makes some sort of logical sense, even if you've got 7 people that are completely different races and different characters coming from all corners of the earth. I really find it fun to try and find and pull those things in together. So whole idea is there's going to be a bunch of other creators on this magazine, and I'm trying to kind of draw them all in together. But anyway, first things first, I've got a whole overview of this one, so usually I do the overview first. I've already done a couple of other things, like I've written up a quick character creation, like running the adventure guide already, even though I don't know what the adventure is. I'm sure I'll be going back to it and changing it, but I've also come up with a pretty cool naming scheme that I'm quite happy with. So chapter 1 has the least amount of information at the moment, because chapter 1 for me, usually in short adventures, is everybody meets, you meet an important NPC, they tell you what you're doing, and and that's how it goes. So how I'm imagining it in the moment, I might all change because we'll see what input we have from other creators into the magazine. But at the moment I'm imagining players arrive in a town. Don't know the name of the town yet because there was also another creator who was going to make like a little, I think it was a travel log, so like a log of interesting things at a specific location. And like, you know, when you see those reviews online that are like, you know, you got to go visit this restaurant, best restaurant in town, etc, etc. So I think someone's putting together that, and it would be a cool idea if we could use that town for the adventure. At the moment, my idea, yeah, I think this town, the way I envision it, this town is some sort of artist escape anyway. Like the town was built around this really lush, verdant green, natural, like place, like a clearing or something, where the clearing is like based, or not based, but it's like situated in between different biomes and plains. So like you can sit on this little clearing and you can get inspiration from the mountains that are over there, the forests, swamps that are over there, the ocean that's over there, the desert that's over there. And there's like a really nice vantage point, and that's where people travel from all around. So Dragon's trying to create a priceless piece of art to be his magnum opus, the greatest achievement that he can crown his horde with before the end of his days or whatever. But the dragon, the mayor, I think the mayor's going to be the BBG and be trying to stop the group, because the mayor's going to be going down the thought process of like, shit, if this goes wrong, or not if this goes wrong, but like if the dragon makes this art piece, then it's got nothing left. It's just gonna, do what dragons do, kill and burn everything. Or if it goes wrong, or something like that. So Maya's gonna be trying to stop this. Chapter 2, a sculpture. The sculpture of stone and scale. As you can tell by the name, the dragon's first idea is some sort of sculpture, some sort of statue. Dragon's like, right, I need some, a hoard of amethyst or something like this, some sort of material. Or like some sort of magical clay that's maybe in one of the biomes. So I wanted to include at least one sort of encounter with each of these missions. So that it's kind of balanced. You'll have a lot of RP with the dragon, kind of before and after, and then in the middle we'll slap an encounter. So for this one, I'm not sure if we'll have anything from the mayor yet, but I'm imagining, wherever this material is, it will probably be jealously guarded by some sorts of creatures. And I was thinking this would probably be also in some sort of cave, small cave, which explains why the dragon can't just go and get it itself. For all of these, another explanation for why the dragon can't just do it itself is the fact that the dragon needs to sit there and absorb the inspiration that it's surrounded by. So the dragon's not going to leave because it's trying to think of ideas of how it wants to create its final art piece. Because there's one thing I always hate in adventures is when either A, the person that's asking you to do something could just fucking do it themselves, or B, when someone's asking you to do something for like no reason. Like, those one shots when you get to a town and a dude just comes up to you in the town and like, oh my god, we need you to save us. It's like, why us? There's a million other people. So I haven't got exactly what's going to happen in the dragon creating the art piece scene, but I've got some idea of why the dragon is going to be displeased with this particular sculpture. They're a bit they're not very happy because it was a very linear process for them. Obviously doesn't change after you've made the sculpture. It's stuck, it's set in stone, it's unchanging. The dragon then decides to go for a musical piece. This one was my favourite chapter name, the Symphony of Flames and Frequency. We're going to have to figure out a way. We need to have like chapter cards so that the players and the DMs can all appreciate one time I've got a good naming scheme for something. Dragon starts searching for something that's a bit more ever-changing, a bit more adaptable. For this one, I've got a lot of different ideas. Like, we could go for maybe like a bunch of RP encounters. I kind of like the idea where the dragon gives them like a recording stone or a sending stone, and they have to travel out to places to like record specific sounds, environmental noises. I like the idea. You can do tavern brawls, supporting players on stage, recording the sounds of a swamp. Forming this art piece, I've got some more ideas of maybe the players can be part of the dragon's band as they're trying to play music together, but I'm not sure. We'll think about that part later as well. But for now, they'll get back. The dragon will perform this artistic piece. Not like it's not substantial enough. It's not like real, and it's fleeting. Like, you perform it and it's gone. There's no real visuals to it. Lack of something you can just look at and admire with the eyes. And then they go on to chapter 4. Canvas of horns and hues. Quite happy with that one. Dragon takes what he's learnt from the sculpture and the music, and he's like, right, I want something I can see, but also something that I can add to and change. And if I want to do a purple tree, I could do it, but something that's a little bit more diverse. I'm kind of thinking of the idea for the sounds one, the music piece. It could be go to these different places and take pictures for me. Maybe the dragon will take them to those different places. I didn't actually write any reasons why the dragon disliked this one, but so the dragon realizes after it's done the painting that it's liked specific things from each art medium. I've written some down here already. So it thinks on the journey that it's taken to create these art pieces, and it liked some part of how the sculpting was solid. It liked how it was there, and it was physical, it was present. It wasn't like an image like the painting, it wasn't 2D, it was actually, it had substance to it. I liked how the music had like deep emotions and how it connected it all together, and it deeply moved the dragon, the power of the music and how it brings together life and creates a harmony and a shared experience, etc, etc. And also like the free spontaneity of the painting, how you can capture the imagination so perfectly with such like a versatile freedom of expression, how it captures a moment, a specific moment in time. Dragon realizes that its only hope is to bring together all of these mediums of art. The final creation, the grandest achievement. I can't remember actually what it actually means. A work of art, music, or literature that is regarded as the most important or best work of that artist. Yes, so the greatest achievement. Dragon combines all these mediums of art into one grand masterpiece. Chapter 2 and 3 will have some, chapter 2 will have a brief introduction of the mayor, learning that he might be not so supportive of the goals of the dragon. Chapter 4 will be like okay, he's seriously trying to stop us quite heavily. And then chapter 5, I want the main encounter to be the players defending the dragon as it creates its final art piece. Either the mayor or I'm thinking like a mercenary, like a dragon hunter, like a dragon slayer or something like a guy with a dragon slayer sword or something like that. Like a guy who's, the boss, the final boss of the campaign. He's going to be in this encounter. Do it over a couple of waves. First wave, some body units. Second wave, some of the units. So it's not so much to deal with all at once for maybe newer DMs, but also it's more than just one singular fight. As they're defending the dragon, any damage or hits that the dragon might take from the people, I want it to try and be reflected in the art piece. So add a way how the DM can do this. Maybe the dragon takes a hit of psychic energy, and maybe the sky is spread with spider webs of purple, like brain neuron patterns or something like this. I don't really want it to be against the townsfolk, because that's just, I don't know. I don't like the idea of just killing innocent townsfolk who are trying to help themselves. So mercenaries, I think, would be a nice in between. Obviously, I will be including 3 endings. So the best ending. So I'm going to use so I'm saying the best ending. It might not be the best technical ending, but it will be the ending that you get when everything goes right. So ending 1, the best one, middle 1, and then ending 3 will be what happens if shit hits the fan and the dragon slayer slays the dragon. That's the overall layout of the adventure. Obviously there's so much more to include, but now that we've got an overview, good place to start. So you've got a clear idea of kind of, beginning, middle, and end. It's a nice place to begin, and then it gives you a good basis to work off, and you can start branching it out with spider webs.